Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to Masterclass number 2 of your Meal Prep Express Masterclass series. How are you all doing tonight? If you could not tune in live this afternoon earlier, I am super excited to have you here with me now because we are going to get it all set up and done for you in terms of your meal prep kitchen. Who is excited? Who is ready for this amazing training that is going to be happening tonight? Super excited to have you guys all here with me. Now, I just want to reiterate, guys, if you are tuning in from Facebook, I just want to make sure that you. Sorry, guys, just making sure we are going live here. I think so. Sorry, just a second. Yes, good. Okay, cool. Yeah, just want to make sure that if you are tuning in live on Facebook, that you click that link above and you allow StreamYard access to your name so that when you comment down below, I can see you and I can acknowledge that you are here because, guys, we are going to be doing a giveaway. How exciting is that? We are going to be doing a giveaway for a Amazon gift card. So this is what we're going to be doing here, guys. We're going to be doing a giveaway for a $25 Amazon gift card, but here's the thing. You can enter to win by being on here live with me. Sorry, guys, my glasses are all like weird right now. You can enter to win one time by being on here live with me during today's call, and you can double your chances of winning if you do the homework assignment that I lay out for you in today's training. So, super excited to offer you that. And that's just a thank you to say, hey guys, thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing the work because what do I always say? Meal prep action equals meal prep success. And that's why we're here. So, guys, now that we are on here together, I just want to touch base with you really quick and see how you're doing, see how you're feeling. I just want to know how things are going for you. How are things going for you? Before we kind of dive into the training, I just want to give people a couple of minutes to hop on here. And very specifically, how did you find the first masterclass? What in that masterclass was valuable to you? Really important here, guys. The reason I ask you that is because if you have not done the training from masterclass number 1, it's so important that you go back and watch the replay because we are going to be using what we learned there to build on in this masterclass. So, if you'll remember from the first masterclass, if you saw it, I talked about building a meal prep machine that allows you to cook a week of healthy meals in 2 hours or less. And it's important that when you build your meal prep machine, I like to use the analogy of a car, right? So the foundation of the car is the tires, and that is your pre-meal prep plan. Then you have the meal prep plan itself, the cooking strategy itself, which is like the body of the car, right? So if our foundation is not solid, right? If we don't have a really good pre-meal prepping strategy where we are shopping in 1 hour or less, where we are learning how to set our kitchen up for meal prep success, it doesn't matter how good our cooking strategy is and how many amazing recipes we have, because it's just going to fall flat. Our meal prep machine, our meal prep car, without some tires on it, she's not going to get very far. So, super excited to be here and chatting with you about setting your kitchen up for meal prep success, because when you do this, guys, and I guarantee you this, you will save between 2 to 3 hours, sometimes even 4 hours in the kitchen per week. You will shave off 2 to 4 hours of prepping and cooking time when you set your kitchen up for meal prep success. So, guys, very important. Just wanted to touch base with you on that because, like I said, if you have the best cooking strategy in the world, it's not going to matter unless you build a solid meal prep machine foundation, a very solid meal prep foundation where you are learning how to shop in 1 hour or less, and you're also learning how to prep your kitchen for meal prep success, which is exactly what I'm going to teach you how to do today in a very quick and easy 5-step strategy. All right, guys, I'm just going to share my screen with you and we're going to get this thing going here. Of course, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. And be sure if you're tuning in live to let me know in the comments below that you are here and say, hey, because that is how you're going to be entered to win the $25 Amazon gift card. So make sure you say hey in the comments below and ask me any questions you have. So guys, of course, before we get started today, we are going to make sure we have our grocery list, our meal prep kitchen inventory sheet, and our need to buy list printed off. And if you're like, Marlise, what is that? Where do I find those things? Yesterday during hey, Jackie, this is the lot. Yes, Jackie, this is masterclass number 2. I'm going to go back just while I'm explaining my stuff. There we go. Yes, masterclass number 2, how to prep your kitchen for shopping and meal prep success. Yes, Jackie. Great question, girl. We are in for number 2 here. All right. And so if you are wondering where to get your grocery list, where to get your kitchen inventory sheet, where to get your need to buy list, where you are going to look is right on here. This link will give you, this is where I've created 3 done for you meal prep recipes. They are guaranteed to work for meal prep. They last in the fridge. They are super tasty and they are super quick. They all take less than a half an hour to make. So you want to be sure to download that because we are going to be using these resources here, guys, during today's masterclass. So as I ramble on a little bit more, be sure to download this. Just go directly to this link and download that because we are going to be using that during today's masterclass. And I will actually go in here and I will copy and paste this into the chat box as well so that everybody has this. Awesome. Cool. There we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, great, guys. So this is, and you're, of course, as always, this masterclass is going to be fun and interactive. That's why we're here. That's why we're here, right? I'm not here to stand up on my soapbox and tell you all this cool stuff without you actually getting a chance to interact with me, ask me questions, because this is your experience, right? This is your meal prep training. I am only here to facilitate your learning and to facilitate your growth into becoming an amazing meal prep master. Okay, so if you have any questions, please post them in the comments below. And of course, if you are here live, be sure to let me know in the comments below if you have not already so that I can put your name into the draw to win the $25 Amazon gift card. Okay, okay, beautiful. And of course, at the end, there's going to be a live Q&A sesh, meal prep Q&A sesh. If you have any questions, you can ask them then as well. All right, guys. So let me know if this sounds familiar to you because we're going to get into it now, guys. We're going to get into like the nitty gritty feels of this whole thing. Okay. So let's say this is such a common thing that I hear. So I want to know if this resonates with you. You've decided to meal prep and now you're standing in your kitchen, staring blankly into your fridge and cupboards, struggling to come up with meal prep ideas on what to make, and thinking to yourself, what do I even make? Do I have the ingredient for this? Oh, I think I saw a recipe somewhere that this might be good for, but I can't remember where I found it. Is this recipe going to be good for meal prep? Will it even last in the fridge? How do I store this as meal prep? Does it freeze well? Excellent. Jackie is saying yes. So Jackie's saying that this really resonates with her 100% all the time, Jackie. That is amazing. Now, I love to open with this, guys, because this is really where we're starting to create a path. This is a fork in the road for you. This masterclass series, I'm going to constantly be creating forks in the road for you and saying, do you want to choose this path or this path? It's your choice to make, but so, so important that you understand what the decision is to be able to make it for you, right? Because when we decide to when you guys decided to do this masterclass series, when you decided to show up for yourself, when you decided to make those meal prepping changes in your life, right? You raised your hand and you were like, yes, Marlise, I am so sick of having my meal prep take 1,000,000 hours. It's stressful. Like my cooking times, my meal times are stressful. I don't know what to make. You raised your hand and you said enough is enough. But now we're here at another fork in the road. And it is, would you prefer to learn how to set your kitchen up for meal prep success and actually take the time and do the work? Or, and become like a meal prep master in the process, right? That's the goal. Or would you prefer to stay where you are? The reason I ask this, guys, is because I'm going to give you a piece of homework at the end of this. And if you're thinking to yourself, oh, that sounds like too much work, I don't want to do that. Already you're sabotaging yourself. And I don't want that for you. I want all of the best meal prepping success for you, but I want to bring 100% awareness to that right now. And if you are tuning in live with us, I see a couple more people hopping on here. Be sure to say hey in the comments below and let me know you're here so I can enter for you to win the $25 Amazon gift card. All right, but of course today, guys, we're going to be teaching you in 5 quick and easy steps how to prep your kitchen for shopping and meal prep success. Because as I said, it doesn't matter how good your cooking strategy is, how good your recipes are. If you don't have a kitchen prep for meal prep success, it's just going to take forever and a day to cook. We're not about that life for you. So let's get right into it, guys. You know what I'm going to say? This strategy will only do the work if you do the work. So let's get right into it. And of course, I already mentioned step number 1, which is to print off your kitchen inventory and need to buy list, as well as your recipes, your meal prep recipes that I have oh so lovely gifted to you. And if you're like, Marlise, where do I find that one more time? This is the link you want to go to. I also posted it in the comments below. So you'll want to head over to that link and download that, and even just have it up on your screen beside this masterclass series right now is perfectly fine, because this is going to be where we start to make some real changes, guys. So first step is to print this guy off or to have it up next to you. So if you have this right beside you or print it off, put a Y in the chat box, a yes in the chat box to let me know, because we moving on. We moving on. Okay. Let me just remove this link here. Cool. So step number 2, guys, in organizing your pantry and setting your kitchen up for meal prep success is to pull everything out of your pantry. Now, if you're thinking to me, Marlise, that sounds like a lot of work, it's not. I promise you. It looks messy, but today I'm going to be giving you a strategy on how to actually go through everything really quickly and easily and organize it. And I promise you, this is going to make such a huge difference, guys. Just answer this in the chat box. Let me know if this sounds familiar to you, or if this has happened to you. You found a recipe, you're like, yes, I'm going to make this. And you look through your cupboards and you're like, oh, I don't have this ingredient. I have to go to the store. Then you go to the store. You buy the ingredient only to come back and realize you already had it, but it was hiding in the back of your pantry somewhere, and because you hadn't used it in so long. Let me know in the chat box below if that sounds familiar to you. Because guys, think about this right now. This is where we're starting to get into it. If you are not sure what is in your pantry to cook with, how on earth can you then know what recipes you can make on the fly? How on earth can you think about, okay, do I need to go to the store for this or not? And then you start spending more money buying duplicates of things. Let me know in the chat box below if that sounds familiar to you. So I actually created this system for organizing and decluttering your pantry to create a kitchen setup for meal prep success, based on something I learned from Marie Kondo. I'm not sure how many of you have heard of her, but she's basically an organizing and decluttering expert. And I took what she taught me and kind of modified it to what works for me and my family and the clients that I help meal prep as well. So her basic thing is, it's so hard to understand how much of everything that you have unless you pull it all out and put it on a surface or in an area at the same time. Now, there's 2 advantages to this, guys. If you're the type of person that's like, "That's way too much work, I'm just gonna organize my pantry bit by bit," here's the problem with that. If you organize your pantry one area at a time, it makes it really hard to remember what's in like, and you're doing it, let's say you're doing it over a couple of days or a week, it makes it really hard to remember what you've already seen, so you may not even realize you have duplicates. And it also becomes challenging because by the sometimes even if like, especially if you extend, like, over the course of a week or 2 weeks, you organizing each area of your kitchen, when it's not done at the same time, by the time you get done of the end, like the end section, the first section is already like kind of disorganized and not organized again. Like it's already been used so many times, it's just not organized anymore. So that's why I have this very specific strategy because I know it works. I've used it, my clients have used it. This is the biggest thing. And that is to pull everything out of your pantry. And I mean everything. Okay, that's step number 2. We good so far, guys? If you have any questions, post them in the chat box because this is going to get dead simple right here. That's what we're about, giving you dead simple strategies. All right. The third step is to declutter. Now, if this fills you with a little bit of stress and you're like, I don't have the organizational skills to declutter, I don't know how to declutter. Every time I try and declutter, I just get like absorbed in it and it takes forever. Guys, I'm going to make it real simple for you right now. Are you ready? Let me know in the chat box below with a yes if you are ready because I'm going to lay down the bomb.com meal prep knowledge on you right now. And that is to create 3, count it, 3 separate piles. Because rather than looking at one, like each ingredient separately, this is what we're going to do. And I want you to really just go with your gut on this. Don't overthink this. Okay. So what we're going to do is create 3 separate piles. The first pile is going to be for things that you want to keep in your pantry. You know, now here's the thing, guys. Okay. You might get really excited and be like, I want to keep everything. It's like, well, if you haven't used it in the past 3 months, 3 to 6 months, but I'm going to say 3 months. Okay. It's time for it to be donated or it's time for it to be thrown out. Okay. And I'm ruthless, guys, when it comes to decluttering our pantry, and you'll see why in a second, right? So if you haven't used it in the past 3 to 6 months, it needs to either go into a donation pile or into a throwaway pile. So ask yourself, have I used this in the past 3 to 6 months? And if I haven't, is there a reason? Perhaps it's something you only use around Christmas, or you only use around Easter, or it's like sprinkles you only use for cupcakes that you make like once a year for your kid's birthday. That's cool, keep it. But if it's something you're like, I'm never going to use this again, put it into one of the other 2 piles and move on. Okay? So ask yourself, have I used this in the past 3 to 6 months? And if so, why not? If you have no good reason, it needs to go in one of the other 2 piles. Now, let's go to pile number 2, which is the donation pile. Now, in the donation pile, there are 2 smaller subsets of that pile. Okay? So, what I mean by that is, let's say you have canned goods. You have things that are perfectly good, like okay, first of all, anything in the donation pile is not expired. If it's leaking or if it's expired, it's going in the trash. Okay? That's just like a given, right? You guys are all smart, lovely meal prepping individuals. You already know this. So, when it comes to donating, you're going to separate your donation stuff into 2 piles. The first pile is anything that can be donated to a food bank. So canned goods, make sure there's no dents in the cans, make sure everything's not expired, right? Anything that a food bank will take. So anything that is not perishable, you can put in the food bank donation pile. The second pile is going to be reserved, and this is something I started doing, and it made such a big difference because if you feel anxiety about throwing out food, like I totally do. I get that, guys. I'm not just asking you to needlessly throw out things. I promise you. That's where this secret bonus donation pile comes in. And this is for friends, family members, coworkers, like anyone, maybe someone in your building, like if you live in an apartment building, or on your street if you live in like housing complex. If let's say you bought like something that's still good, right? But you tried it and you were like, this isn't really for me. I don't really like this, but I just tried it once and it's completely perfectly fine. That is what goes in that donation pile to those people. So like, let's say you got like some hazelnut spread that you tried and you were just like, "Oh, I don't really like this. It's not for me." But you still have the whole jar and it's perfectly fine. Put it in that pile. Okay? That's a really great example. Now the third pile is the trash pile. And guys, of course we're trying to minimize what goes in this pile as much as possible, right? So if it can't be donated and you don't want to keep it, this is where it's going to go. So, anything that is expired, that is leaking, that is stinky, that is moldy, that is smelling, that is not been used and you know no one else wants it, get rid of it. Okay? Just trust me, trust me. This is a big deal because when you know what is in your pantry and you are excited to cook with the ingredients that are in your pantry, it makes meal prepping so much easier. Because, first of all, in doing this declutter, you are setting up a relationship with your kitchen. You are developing a relationship with your kitchen. And what I mean by that is you're getting to know it. You're getting to know the ingredients in it. You're starting to take pride in what you have in your kitchen instead of being like, I don't even know what I got in the cupboards. You know what I mean? So this is going to really help set your mind up for meal prep success because the more you know what's in your kitchen, the easier it's going to be to come up with recipes and know what to do with the ingredients that you have. And of course, I have given you, like I said, I have gifted you those 3 bonus meal prep recipes. I've linked the link to get access to those down below. As well, I have created the grocery list for you. And that's what we're going to get into right now. So, once you go into your pantry and you know what you're going to keep, guys, I want you to write down what that is. This is your masterclass workbook. I want you to go to your meal prep inventory sheet and I want you to list out the ingredients in your pantry that you have. Okay? And the reason for this is because when you have an updated inventory of what's in your pantry, okay, guys, it's going to make it so much easier when you go to your done for you grocery list that I've created for you to look at the grocery list and then start. Jackie, I've been doing this over a couple of days, but I will do a complete haul of the pantry today. Girl, yes, yes, Jackie is taking action right now. And Jackie, I want to call you out, girl. You are amazing and you are taking action because this is where the change happens, Jackie. Amazing girl. And so we start to see now when we have a completely updated pantry inventory, how easy it then becomes to go to our grocery list here. And then if let's say if for one of the recipes I say you need peanut butter, you cross off peanut butter if you already have it. And then when you're left, all the ingredients you're left with, you can put them on your need to buy list here, or you can just take the grocery list with all the markings and know exactly what you need to buy. So easy, guys. So, so easy. So, so simple. That's what I'm here to do. Now, Jackie, I have a question for you. And for everyone else that's on here live, and for those watching the replay, I have a question for you. Now, imagine if not only your pantry was organized, but I taught you how to disorganize or to organize and declutter your freezer and fridge as well. Is that something you would be really excited to learn about? Let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna grab some water. Awesome, guys. Yes. Jackie's like, oh yeah, I'm excited to learn about that, Jackie. I'm going to be giving you a little bit of a bonus and everyone a little bit of a bonus. I'm going to be teaching you how to, I'm going to be touching base with you on how to do and go about that on Masterclass day number 3. There's so much value on day number 3, guys. This is just ramping up. This is just ramping up. You think today's good? Ooh, you just wait till we get into day number 3. The knowledge bombs that are going to happen, the meal prep knowledge bombs. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm going to be laying out my entire strategy on how to cook a week of healthy meals in 2 hours or less. I'm going to be giving you so much value then. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I know I got to reel it in. I get really excited when I talk about meal prep, guys. All right, now, Step number 5 is to organize for maximum efficiency. Boom, boom. Okay. So this, guys, is a mock-up of my very own pantry. So I really wanted to give you, if you're like me and you're really visual, let me know in the chat box below if you're visual, especially if you're watching the replay as well. I'm a very visual person. So if someone's like, okay, just put everything back in the pantry in an organized way, I'm like, what? I don't know how, like, what does organized, I don't know what that looks like, right? So now that you've taken everything out, you've separated it into 3 piles, right? Toss, that's gone. You have things to donate, that's great. Now we are going to put everything back in your pantry, but how you put it back matters. And since Jackie has been doing this over the past couple days, girl, I know you know what I'm talking about right now. Okay. So this is how I organize my pantry. And this is going to be super key, guys, because if you look at the grocery list that I have created for you, you'll notice that some of these categories look familiar, especially this one, pastas and grains. Now, the reason I organize my pantry into categories is very, very specific, and I'm going to tell you about that right now. Let's say you are trying to cook your meal prep and you're like, yep, I put everything back, I know where it is. But let's say you live with other people, right? Very, very like if your kids, your partner, whoever is there, and then they start going into the pantry. So you've done all this work to organize it, and then everything falls apart in like less than a week because you're like, there's no system. I just put everything away. And then everything gets disorganized again. And I don't want that for you. So this is going to be key in helping you stay organized week after week. And that is to create categories. And you can label them if you want to. I don't really label them. I just kind of like taught the people who I live with, like how I like things organized so that things just go back in the correct place so that we all know where everything is. And so this is going to help you so much, guys, because then you're going to know when you're running low on things. You're going to know exactly how much of things you need to buy. And Jackie says, yes, my mother-in-law is always stacks things on top of things. Our fridge seems to only have one shelf. Jackie, girl, love it. Yeah, so this is something I'm going to be touching base with you on and teaching you how to get access to my complete kitchen organization and decluttering guide that teaches you how to create an organizational system for your kitchen based on your needs. But we're going to talk about that on more on day 3. Let's just stick with the pantry for now because I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed. This is already like one action item for today. And don't feel like you need to do your entire kitchen, guys, because I'm going to teach you how to get access to my training on that on day 3. Okay. But coming back in. So, Jackie, this is a great example, girl. So let's say you organize. I keep saying disorganize because it's like declutter and organize together, and that's just a dangerous combination. You want to, so this is how to organize and an example of how to organize, just as an example and a basis, and take this and run with it, guys. Do what works for you. But in this training, pastas and grains, I love having on one shelf, then having a baking section because I love baking. I'm a big baker. I love to do that. So I like to have a section dedicated to that. Snacks, I like to have a section for extras. So things that don't really fit into these other categories, I kind of like to put on a shelf together. But if you guys have enough shelves, you can categorize this to the end of the days, however many categories you want. And then herbs and spices and flavorings and oils. I like to put my herbs, spices, flavorings, and oils all together. And now, guys, and canned goods, of course. But this section here, the use daily section, just here, this is a bonus that I wanted to tell you about because this has actually been a game changer for me in terms of saving time. So let's say you have your recipes, right? The meal prep recipes I gave you, and you're like, cool, this is what I'm going to meal prep this week. That's what I do with this section. Any ingredients I know I'm going to need to use to meal prep that week, or I know that I'm going to need to get quick and easy access to that week, whether it's for meal prep, whether it's for like making lunches on the fly, whether it's like, or just things that I like to eat every day, they go in this section. And the reason I do this is because let's say the canned tuna, right? I have tuna and peanut butter because those are 2 of my favorite things. Not together, mind you. tuna peanut butter sandwiches, it's a little bit of like a vibe. Not really, but let's say I eat because I like eating tuna almost every day and peanut butter almost every day. So I could easily put the peanut butter up where the snack section is or into the baking section and take the tuna and put it into the canned goods section. But there's other things in there that could like potentially make it get pushed to the back. And if I'm using it every day, that's going to get annoying, right? You don't want to have to dig through things to use things you get things you use every day. So that's what this section is for, to really help you keep your pantry organized, but also allow you to set yourself up so like amazingly for meal prep success because you know right here what you need for meal prep is going to be so easily accessible because you've put it in an area that you know you can just like pull from. And you can even tell other people in your house, like, hey, this is the stuff I'm using to meal prep with this week. Can you just make sure that this stuff isn't touched? You can have everything else. And I'm sure they're going to be more than happy because most likely you're going to be meal prepping for them as well. And I'm sure they'll be really excited to just leave that shelf alone because they know that you're going to be cooking for them. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, or is this clear as mud? Let me know in the comments below as well. I'm going to grab some more water. Cool. All right, guys, looks like you're clear. You're good. All right, guys, so this is where we're going to start to look at and reiterate why this is important. So this is going to save you so much time and money. And as I said, guys, 2 to 4 hours per week, you can shave that much time off of your meal prep if you do this. This system and this 5-step strategy, pretty much, I mean, if you live in a mansion and you have the pantry the size of Rhode Island, this is not going to be done in 20 minutes or less. Okay. I'm just going to lay that down right now. But if you have a normal size pantry and an average size kitchen, this can take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, but not more, as long as you're ruthless, right? I don't want you to be sitting there staring at the jar of like Nutella or like the hazelnut spread, right? That we talked about earlier and being like, do I want this or do I not want this? This is about making quick decisions. And that's why I gave you those prompts, those questions to ask yourself in the declutter section to really help you get clarity on whether or not to keep things or donate them or toss them. But yes, we want to be able to save you those 2 to 4 hours a week so that you can start freeing up that time. And also, this is going to save you so much money, guys, because first of all, you're not going to be scrambling around trying to find ingredients and then going to the store and buying duplicates of those ingredients when you already had it at home and wasting money that way. This is so powerful because you're no longer going to be making extra trips to the grocery store to buy ingredients that you thought but that you already had. This is going to allow you to cook faster because you know exactly where everything is. And you're going to have a place to start when coming up with meals because you know exactly what ingredients you have. And I have a very, very special bonus for you on day 3 where I'm going to be showing you and sharing with you how I can support you in this way and give you weekly meal prep recipes delivered right to your inbox. And it's going to be along with the grocery list and a meal prep calendar. Am I getting warmer? Are you guys excited? Let me know in the chat box below if that excites you because I'm going to be sharing with you all about how I can do that for you on day 3 because let's be honest, guys. Let me know in the chat box below if you had meal prep recipes every week that you knew would work for meal prep, a meal prep calendar that showed you which recipes to make on, like what recipes to eat on each day, and the accompanying grocery list. So to those recipes, so you never had to make a grocery list again. How excited would you be on a scale of 1 to 10? Let me know in the chat box below. Jackie's like, that is exciting, girl. Jackie girl, I know you excited. I'm excited too. I can't wait for day 3, guys. I'm just like so stoked. So yes, if you're watching the replay as well, let me know in the chat box below if that excites you beyond all imagining, because I am just like, what? Okay. But guys, let's bring it back to today. This strategy will only work if you do the work. So if you decide to just watch the training and not take action, I want to be very clear with you and honest with you. You are essentially saying that you don't want to save time and money. And so, guys, remember when I talked earlier about that fork in the road, right? So you have two options. You can become a master meal prepping mama and follow this path, put into practice these strategies, and actually succeed in achieving meal prep success every single week, or you can stay where you are. And I'm not saying that either one of those is better than the other. It's up to you. But I'm here to help facilitate that growth because let's be honest, guys, you raised your hand, as I said. You raised your hand, you said, I am done. I am done taking 6, 7, 8 hours a week cooking, then grocery shopping on top of it, then trying to find recipes on top of it, then feeling stressed out because I don't have anything prepped for dinner that tonight and I'm feeling that last minute, what do I make for dinner panic? I'm sick and tired of feeling stressed and overwhelmed just trying to cook healthy meals for me and my family. You raised your hand and you said you were done with it. So this is where we put rubber to the road, right? Pedal to the metal, and you guys actually make the changes. Now, guys, of course, as I said, I'm opening up the floor for questions, but as I said, you have a chance to win an Amazon gift card if you showed up live to the masterclasses. But even more than that, right now, I am going to tell you how to enter twice, how to double your chances to win. I am going to be announcing the winner of the gift card at the beginning of masterclass number 3 on Thursday. So you're going to have today and tomorrow to do this. Okay. And leading up to the final masterclass on day number 3. So I think it's at 5:00 that day. You're going to be, for your homework, you can double your chances of winning by posting in the Facebook group that you have completed your homework, which is to declutter and organize your pantry using this system. If you post it in the Facebook group, your name, I have written down everyone's names who's shown up live. If you have shown up live and you post in the Facebook group that you have decluttered your pantry and you take a picture and show the group, you will be entered to win a second time, essentially doubling your chances of winning this gift card. Okay. And the reason that I have this gift card here for you is because I want to motivate you guys, because I know the powerful change that happens when you implement these systems. And I want that powerful change for you. And I know you want that powerful change for you. Because honestly, it doesn't matter what I want. It matters what you want. It matters that you are excited to meal prep. You are setting yourself up for meal prep success because, guys, if you have not done masterclass number 1, watch the replay and downloaded your recipes. And if you don't do masterclass number 2, masterclass number 3 is going to be immensely helpful. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to take your meal prep to the next level for shiznit. I know, I'm like making up words now, but it's going to essentially like so super track and fast track your meal prep on day 3 if you have done day 1 and 2 as well and shown up and done the work. Because that's what I want for you guys, not just for this to be another meal prep masterclass or another like freebie training where you kind of like are like, oh, that's kind of cool, I'm going to sign up, but then you don't do the work and you don't get the results. I'm not about that. Your guys' time is valuable, right? I'm here to save you time and save you money and really help you meal prep in the quickest and easiest way possible. So I promise that everything I get you to do is for your best benefit and for your higher meal prep good. I'm never about wasting your time. So let me know, guys, in the chat box below if you have any questions right now. I'm going to open up the floor for meal prep questions and grab some more water. Jackie, how are you feeling, girl? I can tell Jackie's excited. Cool. Let's give it another minute here, guys. Any meal prep questions that you have, of course, if you're watching the replay, please post your questions down in the chat box below, and I would absolutely love to hear them, and I will answer them over the next couple of days before our third Meal Prep Masterclass kicks off on Thursday, where we're going to be chatting all about how to save $75 on your grocery bill, shop in 1 hour or less, and cook an entire week of healthy meals in 2 hours or less. It's going to be transformational. It's going to be the most value-packed masterclass of them all. So if you show up for one, that's the one you want to show up for, guys. I've been getting so many messages from people telling me how excited they are for day number 3. So I just have to be honest with you. It's going to be killer, and I cannot wait to share it all with you. But I'm not seeing any questions come in, guys. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. And I will chat with you in the Facebook group and see you live right here at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday. Or sorry, Thursday. I should say Thursday. The date and timer in the I feel like I've got a clear take on this now. Thank you so much. Jackie, you're welcome, girl. Yes. And Jackie, I want to be honest with you, girl. This is the first step. There's lots more like goodness to come, but that's what I aim to do, is to give you guys actionable, easy, quick things to do that make the biggest impact in your meal prep. Perfect. So Jackie, there's lots more to come, girl. We're going to get you guys set up on how to actually shop and prep and do all the other amazing things that are coming up. But for today, it's all about getting that pantry organized. Jackie, I can't wait to see the picture of your pantry in the Facebook group, girl. And for all of you as well, let me see those pictures of those pantries, because that's gonna put you into the running to double your chances on winning the $25 Amazon gift card. All right, guys, I'm going to see you on Thursday's training at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I also have a super amazing prize, meal prep prize worth $1,900 plus that I'm going to be giving away to one lucky individual who turns up and who is live on that training with me. All right, guys, it's been so amazing. Be sure to tune in live on day 3, where all the value and all the prizes are going to be announced, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.